For adults at risk for type 2 diabetes, diet can be one of the most powerful tools not just for controlling blood sugar, but also for shaping the gut microbiome in ways that reinforce metabolic health. The connection between the foods we eat, the microbial communities in our intestines, and systemic inflammation is increasingly clear. A balanced, microbiome-friendly diet can promote beneficial bacteria, increase the production of metabolites like short-chain fatty acids, strengthen the intestinal barrier, and reduce inflammatory signaling, all of which are critical for delaying or even preventing the progression of prediabetes to full-blown type 2 diabetes. A foundation of gut-friendly nutrition begins with fiber-rich, plant-based foods. Vegetables, particularly cruciferous varieties like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and kale, as well as alliums like garlic, onions, and leeks, supply diverse fermentable fibers and prebiotic compounds. These fibers reach the colon largely intact, where they feed beneficial bacteria such as Bifidobacterium, Lactobacillus, and Faecalibacterium prosnitzi. In return, these microbes produce short-chain fatty acids such as butyrate, propionate, and acetate, which have multiple positive effects. They nourish colon cells, maintain gut barrier integrity, modulate appetite hormones, and improve insulin sensitivity. Including a variety of vegetables daily not only increases fiber diversity, but also delivers polyphenol that further support microbial diversity and anti-inflammatory activity. Whole grains are another cornerstone of a microbiome-friendly, diabetes-preventive diet. Oats, barley, quinoa, brown rice, and whole wheat provide resistant starches and beta-glucans that are fermented by gut bacteria into SCFAs. This fermentation process has systemic benefits. Propionate helps regulate hepatic glucose production, butyrate supports gut lining integrity, and acetate contributes to peripheral energy metabolism. Regularly consuming whole grains instead of refined carbohydrates reduces rapid glucose spikes, encourages a healthier microbial ecosystem, and fosters satiety, helping to prevent overeating and weight gain, both key contributors to insulin resistance. Legumes, including lentils, chickpeas, black beans, and kidney beans, are especially effective at supporting both microbiome and metabolic health. Their slowly digestible starches and high fiber content feed SCFA-producing bacteria, while their protein and micronutrients such as magnesium, iron, and folate provide additional metabolic support. Regular legume consumption has been associated with lower postprandial glucose, improved fasting insulin, and reductions in inflammatory markers like CRP and IL-6, demonstrating a direct link between gut-friendly foods and systemic metabolic improvements. Nuts and seeds, particularly pistachios, almonds, and walnuts, serve a dual role. Their fiber, resistant starch, healthy fats, and polyphenol feed beneficial microbes while simultaneously providing macronutrients that improve glycemic regulation. Pistachios, for example, have been shown in studies to increase populations of SCFA-producing bacteria, which support intestinal barrier function and reduce systemic inflammation. The healthy fats in nuts slow digestion, reduce postprandial glucose spikes, and enhance satiety, making them an ideal snack for prediabetes management. Seeds such as chia, flax, and sunflower add omega-3 fatty acids, lignans, and additional fiber, creating synergistic benefits for both the microbiome and metabolic regulation. Fruits with low to moderate glycemic impact, such as berries, apples, and pears, are excellent additions. Their polyphenol and soluble fibers serve as prebiotics, feeding beneficial gut bacteria, while their antioxidant properties reduce oxidative stress and inflammation. Even tropical fruits like kiwi fruit or pineapple, when consumed in reasonable portions, can provide fermentable carbohydrates that support SCFA production without causing sharp glucose spikes. By carefully choosing fruits with lower glycemic loads and pairing them with protein or healthy fats, the beneficial microbial and metabolic effects can be optimized. Fermented foods also play a crucial role in reinforcing gut health. Yogurt, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, and miso introduce live probiotics that enhance microbial diversity and can modulate glucose metabolism. Probiotic strains such as Lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium can improve intestinal barrier function, support SCFA production, and influence the immune system to reduce low-grade chronic inflammation, a key factor in insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes progression. Combining fermented foods with prebiotic-rich vegetables, legumes, or whole grains creates a symbiotic effect, maximizing the growth and activity of beneficial bacteria. It is important to consider not only the type of foods but also timing and dietary patterns. Consuming fiber and protein in the evening, for example, can support overnight glycemic stability, while regular spacing of prebiotic foods throughout the day ensures consistent SCFA production. Avoiding late-night high glycemic snacks and minimizing refined sugars allows the microbiome to maintain balanced fermentation without triggering inflammatory pathways. By integrating gut-friendly foods into every meal, individuals can create a dietary pattern that fosters microbial diversity, reduces inflammation, and enhances metabolic signaling. Ultimately, the strategy is holistic. By consistently including a diverse array of vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, fruits, and fermented foods, adults with prediabetes can cultivate a gut ecosystem that supports glucose control, improves insulin sensitivity, and strengthens anti-inflammatory pathways. This microbiome-centered approach does more than stabilize blood sugar. It reinforces the body's resilience to metabolic stress, promotes satiety, and reduces systemic inflammation, creating a cascade of benefits that delay or prevent progression to type 2 diabetes. In practical terms, each meal becomes an opportunity to feed beneficial microbes, produce metabolites that regulate metabolism, and nourish the body in a way that aligns with both short-term well-being and long-term metabolic health. By turning gut-friendly foods into a daily habit, people at risk for diabetes can take an active, science-backed role in shaping their microbiome, protecting their metabolic function, and cultivating lasting wellness from the inside out.